Hey guys, how's it going? Tony Wall here. Just a quick little video today about cutting weight. And when you go to cut weight, you need to work out what your total daily energy expenditure is. So it's how many calories you burn every day. So once you work that out, you can go into a deficit, take away a certain amount of calories, and then you'll be in a deficit, and then you'll lose some weight. Okay? So basically, that's the process. As long as you're in a deficit, you'll lose weight. But the problem is, sneaky calories often come into our diet. So you have to be careful of things like all the supplements you're having. Like I've had some clients that have had so many supplements and they're using like gummy bear, well not gummy bear, but gummy supplements, and they just tend to be a lot of extra calories, sort of creep in, and then you might not actually be in a deficit. And some other things like cutting the fat off your steak, like you measure what your steak weighs and you think that'd be how many calories I'm having, but you don't see with a big bit of fat sticking off it, there's adding for a whole lot more extra calories. So when you're calculating your calories, you actually have to be very careful about all the sneaky calories that are getting in there. So everything that goes into your mouth has to be counted when you're counting your calories. And another thing that changes with being in a deficit is that your body will actually adjust to the amount of calories that you're consuming, and then that'll be your daily expenditure. And then to create a further deficit, you have to reduce those calories again. So your body wants to stay in homeostasis. So basically it'll do things like not letting you expend as much energy or making you sleep a little bit more. When you're reducing your calories, you don't expend as much energy, and it just always wants to keep that same level of whatever you're bringing in as the energy you're putting out as well, sort of thing. So when that happens, when you're stagnant, you probably have to reduce your calories again or increase your cardio to create that deficit again. So basically bodybuilders, when they're in a competition, their body's constantly adjusting to however many calories they're having. So say they start off at 3,000, then the next week they reduce it to 2,900, then the next week they might up the cardio to create a further deficit with their energy expenditure going up a little bit. And then the next week they might cut another 100 calories, and on a cut they'll continuously do that, rather than thinking that a lot of diets out there, they'll put you on whatever your total daily expenditure is, take away 500 calories or 300, whatever it is, there'll be constant loss at that intake, and that's not always true because the body will adjust. So a typical bodybuilder diet will be always increasing calories constantly week after week, or increasing the cardio as well. That's how bodybuilders do cuts and how they're so successful, and how many other programs don't work. And basically when you've brought your calories down to a really low amount, the problem is that the body will adjust to that, and your output in cardio might be really high. You might be doing cardio like 5 times a week, and the calories you're taking might be really low. It's not sustainable anymore. So what you have to do is you have to reverse diet or put all your calories back in and start another cut. So basically the body will just stagnate and there's not much you can do. So there's a lot of bikini girls out there that are eating like not much food at all. They're starving themselves and doing a lot of cardio, and they're not getting the results that they want. It's just their body's gotten used to that. They definitely need to put all the calories back in, give their body the nutrients it needs, and then slowly reduce the calories and increase the cardio, rather than burning themselves out and starving themselves to death. So when I was coaching women, I used to find a lot of women were doing that. Like the ones that know what to do in the gym, they would be eating properly to, bulk up the booty and give their body what it needs, and not doing as much cardio. And they'd find it's reducing the fat just by slowly introducing more cardio or slowly taking away some calories. But yeah, that's what the ones that knew what they were doing in the gym would do. But a lot of them, they don't know what they're doing. They're starving themselves, and they're doing crazy amounts of cardio, and it's not sustainable, and they're just going to burn themselves out. So basically the way I look at it is you should look to people that get the results, and bodybuilders obviously get the results because time after time they can jump on stage and be in shape, and they go through the prep and they finish it and they're looking bloody awesome. But all these crazy fad diets out there and stuff, they just reduce a lot of your calories. You might have a lot of water weight and glycogen loss initially, and you're losing a lot of weight and it seems really good, but you'll just burn out and it's not sustainable. So if you want to see good results, you look at what people that get the results do, and this is what bodybuilders do for a cut, and then you can see how they reverse diet to bring themselves back up to a maintenance level. They'll gain a little bit of weight, but they bring themselves up to a weight they can sort of stick at and maintain, and then they'll decide if they want to bulk or cut more. So I'm sorry if I'm making it a bit complicated today, but I just want to tell you guys the truth, and that you shouldn't be following a lot of crazy fad diets out there, and you should see what a proper process for losing and cutting weight is. So that's all from me today. Okay, see you guys.